You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but former Baylor Bears and Houston football coach Art Briles seems like he continues to have things fall over into his favor. Now, we know the quote-unquote scandal that happened at Baylor involving Art Briles and a couple of his players. By the way, one of his former players has been completely acquitted of that. There was a lawsuit, a federal lawsuit filed against Baylor and Art Briles. And today, that lawsuit for negligence over an assault case, it was also dismissed. Now, in case you guys don't know, people are still mad at Art Briles. All right, he showed up at the Oklahoma football game. His daughter is married to Jeff Lebby, who is the offensive coordinator at Oklahoma, and the Wokes lost their mind over Art Briles. Even though it seems like more and more, nobody can tell Art Briles ever did anything wrong. But he's been completely blackballed, out of college coaching, cannot get a job, and it just doesn't make sense, folks. I don't get it. I'm like, what else does this guy have to do? Look at this record. 10 wins at Baylor, 11 wins, 11, 10. And the one thing the guy absolutely knew how to do was put together a hell of a college football offense. And then you have this. After being acquitted of rape, former Baylor player hopes to join the NFL. He was acquitted. This was one of the accusations. Of course, they tried to nail and get Briles on and caused him to lose his job. They tried to make him an offensive coordinator at Grambling State, and there was outrage over that, and he had to resign. Jury finds Baylor not responsible for alleged sexual assault by ex-football players. That was in June of 2021. I mean, my God, this was July 29th, 2019. Here we are, Art Briles, still under fire, and now we have this. Federal judge rules former Baylor coach Art Briles was not negligent in assault case involving former player. I mean, I don't know what the problem with Art Briles is at this point. I really don't. I'm baffled by it. A judge has dismissed a lawsuit against former Baylor head coach, football coach Art Briles, who was accused of negligence in a case involving a former female student who reported being physically assaulted by one of his players in 2014. U.S. District Judge Robert Pittman ruled Briles, former athletic director Ian McCall, and Baylor University were not negligent in the case. Judge Pittman said, quote, no reasonable jury can conclude. No reasonable jury can conclude that happened based on evidence that was presented during trial. Dolores Alonzo, the plaintiff in the case, claimed the three defendants were negligent after reporting her first assault in March 2014, which led to more alleged abuse by Devin Chaffin, a running back in the Bears program whom she had dated. Pittman also dismissed a federal Title IX lawsuit against the defendants. Quote, I am happy for Coach Briles. His attorney, Reed Simpson, said after the rulings per KWTX, quote, he did nothing wrong. By the way, he's now the head coach of some international football team, I think, that's going to play in Dallas. Briles and McCall, but he ought to be in coaching an actual Power 5 program, but that's another rant for another day, or maybe later this day. Briles and McCall both testified in court Thursday that Briles said he simply did not know about Lonzo and her allegations of assault by Chaffin until a lawsuit was filed in 2016. McCall noted that when he saw the report of the allegations from a staff member in 2014, he took the appropriate action, which including letting her know how to further the report. Quote, everything that's been said about him is not true. Simpson said about Briles per ESPN. Briles was fired by the Bears in 2016 amid investigations into the situation. Simpson said he hopes these dismissals help restore Briles' reputation as a coach. However, other alleged assaults were discovered by the law firm Pepper Hamilton during an investigation to the school's handling of the allegations. Pepper Hamilton accessed dozens of reports in 2015 and 16 of assault and used 5 all claims against football players in a presentation to the university in May 2016. Lonzo's report was not brought up in that presentation. Quote, "There is no question that bad things happened. Mistakes were made by Baylor," said the university's attorney, Julie Springer. Baylor accepts and accepted responsibility for those failures. This case is not one of those cases in the finding. Dolores Lonzo's case, Baylor got it right. How Briles is viewed since his firing at Baylor was illustrated after he emerged on the field with the Oklahoma Sooners offensive coordinator, Jeff Lebby, his son-in-law, during the Sooners' 28-11 win over SMU. Lebby had to apologize. Yeah, folks, this exploded on X, otherwise known as Twitter, exploded with the wokes losing their mind because his father-in-law was on the field with the rest of the family. They lost their minds. I mean, literally, Brent Venables, the university apologized. It was ridiculous. Just wanted everybody to understand my father-in-law, his presence on the field after the game the other night is just something that created a distraction. Lebby said in a statement Monday, "I do, and I apologize for that. That was not my intent at all. The intent was just to celebrate with my family," which was all he was doing. But my goodness, when the photo of Art Briles at an Oklahoma game on the field with his family emerged, everybody lost their minds. This is ridiculous. It's been ridiculous for quite some time with Art Briles. This is something that Clay Travis has been banging the drum on, is Art Briles and how this has turned out for him and how it's really unjustified how it's turned out for him. The man should have long since been a coach at a Power 5 school. I don't think the man will ever get his career back. Not in today's society. I really don't. They canceled Art Briles and it stuck. And I just can't see that any of it has been justified. The guy can't even be on the field of a Power 5 game without outrage. And look what we're talking about. Ultra-liberal universities and the students. Now you're seeing how that's going around the U.S. right now. Losing their minds. It's utterly ridiculous. It really is. At minimum, Art Briles should be some hotshot school's offensive coordinator right now. I mean, look at any Power 5 school right now that is struggling on offense or needs to develop a quarterback. Robert Griffin III, anybody. One of the greatest college quarterbacks we've ever seen. Yeah, that was Art Briles' guy, by the way. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. I'm sure this video will probably get me some hate. All right, I'm good with that. I'm fine with it. That's how I feel, and it is what it is. You tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.